what's up? It's Alejandro, back at it in the studio. We're back at it in 2017 on the building performance phase. Part of the design, so we have to elaborate and do our studies on building performance. So if you want to come over here, you got to see it's phase 9, so it's after phase 7 and 8, obviously. But it's like schematic design, took a long time, took like 2 weeks to do. So this phase takes, this phase we have to focus on site orientation studies, massing volumetric studies, facade studies, building optimization studies, building system studies. So in that, going more in depth orientation on the site, so seeing how the building already was elaborating more on it since the schematic design phase, so this is what I came up with in the end. Aiming it towards the corner and also aiming it towards the mountain in the background, so over here would be the mountains. And then the sculptures, I made it more the focus of the central point, and you'll see that in the last video on the schematic design. So now we have to focus on the orientation of the site. We have to focus on orientation of the building, how it is with the solar axis, and like I said, the volumetric studies and the massing studies. So we might be able to change the massing of the building and see how it is, and also the facade. So going in depth, windows, materiality, and all that, and optimization studies. Says we have to find different modifications and iterations of the building. It's all focusing on the EUI, SDA, WWR, so finding the daylighting and seeing what the best daylighting and shading is for the building, and different versions of studies, and seeing what kind of systems in the end are best for the building. And I just started, so I'm not going in order right now, but I just cut down to the facade study, so I'm changing the facade up, adding windows, so I'm adding panels to the interior of the structure to give more light to the building, see how it turns out. And yeah, that's so far how it is. I'll keep you guys updated, and yeah, check it out. You did?
Want to see it?
No.
I just want to see it.
No.
I mean, it's not going to make me shoot more.
What do you mean?
Wait, I'm picking them up as I shoot.
No. I can just empty it like this.
I just want to see what it looks like.
Buttons.
Oh, good one.
See, that's even worse. Now you haven't given it.
Oh, man, about fell out of his chair. Yeesh, bro. Heard that.
Don't worry, Declan. I heard that.
I just nicked it.
Here, let me see it. All right, so we're in the new office right now. Look, we got dual monitors. 2118 is a new move. Computers a little lacking so far. We're enjoying life. We got reclined seats. We got David just chillaxing. We're all here. Grant, David, me, Declan, Austin over there, and Gavin up front.
Who's up front?
And then we got the bunk beds in the back. And we got the bunk beds in the back. Show them the bunk beds. We got the bunk beds. Some guy sleeps on top, some guy sleeps in the middle, some guy sleeps in the bottom. We got all our blankets over there. I'm doing the daylighting stuff right now. Back to project, doing the daylighting stuff, and seeing all the stuff for the thing. So I'm checking the for every floor. I'm taking an image. So first floor, then I'll do the second, and then I'll do the third, and then I'll do the fourth, and then the fifth and the sixth. And that's how I'm doing it for all of them. So we're doing that for orientation to site, massing volumetric studies, facade studies, and we have to have various of different ones. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. And yeah, our stuff is supposed to be submitted tomorrow, so we'll check that out in the future. And yeah, just stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Obviously, I'm Alejandro. We're just gonna check up on the last phase. We just presented this as a post presentation. We did the building performance phase, like the BIM modeling phase. So I did a bunch of iterations. So this is just the main mass that I have here. Main mass. I did the summer solstice, winter solstice in Lima, Peru. So it's around the equator, lower below it in South America. So that's why you see similarities between these. It's not that exaggerated as in North America. The highlights of the models. This is like the original form, and then I added windows to it on the sides, the other facades, and that's how it was. And then this one I didn't get to model these, but I changed the orientation of these. And then so overall, I found out that they had similar EUIs. Taking that into consideration, I could basically choose any of them. And then what was more important was the systems, modifying the systems and the equipment that I have in my building. So along with, taking just the thing, I took the daylighting factor of each floor, and then you can see it on all floors. And then I also took the SDA and the ASE on the same floors of these forms, of the 4 different forms. And then obviously I told you I added the systems, and then I added the electrical narrative I had, which was basically like focusing the main building on what's going on, and then on the educational building that's kind of similar in the same manner, but also focusing on the whole room perspective, like this lab or the studio. And then the office and stores, I was going to have that more personal, so more customizable, as you could say. They would have to be able to customize their own office, like to change their lighting, whether they choose to be more efficient in how they are. Then I did a sustainability diagram. I just took materials and wrote what's sustainable about them. So steel, concrete, and glass. That's the main materials I'll be using for my building. And we did this sustainability strategy principle, similar to the last one. I just pinned it up again because that was an ideal part of this phase, because it talks about the mechanical systems like the HVAC, the ventilation, it talks about glazing, it talks about the thermal bridging not happening, and then the thermal insulation being a high density thermal insulation. I had the divisions here of the related to the codes, and so on some of them I talked about the HVAC unit, I talked about the plumbing, and then I talked about electrical, which also included into this phase. The next phase we're going on is about structure and about having that delineation between structure and design, and being able to describe that, what's going on in the building and how it's working, what kind of systems we're using, so post and beam or different types of systems, active design, all of that goes into structure. So we have to talk about that and see how it comes out. And that's the next phase. So it's due next Monday. We just got it, and so it's due in a week, I believe, or 2 weeks. So we got plenty of time to do that. And then just stay tuned and keep updated. All right, see you later.
It's because he's pulling.
You out here with the boys eating food finally after the phase is done. Adam's coming in, everyone's inside the building. It's a nice day out, finally.
Is that just a whole thing of ketchup?
Yo, now we got all the boys out here. Damn, everyone's here. Yo, what's up? Yo, Declan.